Hello, everyone, and thank you for tuning in. Today, we're going to be looking at Bitcoin, its valuations against the US dollar. Bitcoin is up today. Bitcoin is up actually 2.5% for the day, responding to, I guess, a bleed that almost went down pretty like a couple percent, but near the end of the day, if you notice, it kind of wicked back up and we're only down maybe 0.5% for yesterday. Uh, and we're responding in kind with a pretty decent move today, um, and kind of seeing it flatten out just a bit, right? If we consider this the initial drop, we're essentially moving sideways at this point, where you see that we're basically at the open price of 3 days ago, and so on and so forth. When we flip it to the weekly, we actually have a green weekly candle, hanging by a thread. Obviously, it's 0.17% above the open price, but green candle nonetheless. The alt market is responding in force. We see Ethereum continuing to break out of its potentially breaking out of its structure here. We see Chainlink up 3.5%, but really not covering the entire loss of the last 2 weeks. Uniswap essentially still kind of bleeding. Basic attention token, star child of the week, um, just trending up. Celsius. Celsius had a pretty big move last night, and then after the close, and it kind of went up to about 8,000 satoshis. It's back below now, back to around the open price of today. Um, Litecoin, uh, Binance Coin, VeChain, all up against Bitcoin, so looking pretty good. Um, One thing I'd want us to keep in mind though is that we're still totally engulfed by last week's move. Now that could be a good thing or a bad thing. Like in my opinion, this candle right here doesn't mean too much by itself. It matters in the context of where it's heading. Is this the start of a downtrend? If it is, then it's really towards the 20-week moving average. Just to remind everyone, the 20-week moving average is at $50,872. Um, I have a pretty good feeling that we would hold it, or if we came back down to that level. Um, or this could be an accumulation, right? This could be just sideways move in action, um, for weeks, months. If we take into consideration from the move that got us to these levels, which was at the beginning, middle of October. We're basically a month in, a little over a month in, and this kind of looks like this move here, right? We 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 got extremely bullish nonstop until we got to the above the 20-week moving average, and then we essentially moved sideways, right? And these candles were pretty wild too, right? 10% up, and 10% down, 8% up, and then volatility subsided, and it kind of just didn't move until Bitcoin got up to 12,000, came back down to the 20-week, tested, and then we were off to the races. Um, Looking at today's current price action, this was a 10% candle, right? We could easily have another 10% green weekly candle bringing us back up, but then come back down, and then little before you know it, we're essentially moving sideways here. And what does that mean? Sideways moving action from Bitcoin, especially if we're referencing this move here, is the best news altcoins can hope for, right? This means that Bitcoin is here to stay. These are the new levels that we need to be accustomed to, and then traders will start uh, betting on altcoins essentially, and you can kind of see that today, right? When you see Bitcoin bleed and then kind of bounce, altcoins bounce harder than Bitcoin. And you can see that here against Ethereum, and you can really see it against basic attention token. And so that is the interesting, the exciting part. A lot of people are talking about when is alt season. Bitcoin's back at its all-time high. Things are supposed to be bullish, but somehow they aren't. A lot of people are calling for the top, and people are hoping for that alt season. And this video is just to kind of paint a picture of how that alt season could look like should it start today, um, or at least within this quarter, right? Um, if volatility subsides, we just keep on moving sideways. That's the best storm for altcoins. essentially. And what a great way to go into Q1, right? When everyone talks about Q1, about Ethereum's move, this could be expanded to the entire altcoin space, essentially. When you take a look at Total 2, for example, and flip it to the monthly, and you look at every Q1, um, so every January, February, March, you can see that altcoins do very well, um, dollar wise. So you can generalize that to the entire altcoin space, not just Ethereum, but this is where we are. So it's pretty exciting to see. We'll see what Bitcoin does in the next couple of months. We still have all of December, and the rest of November to get through. But I think by the end of the quarter, we should have a pretty good idea of what's going on with Bitcoin. If Bitcoin's still at these levels, then I think by Q1 we should have at least a response from altcoins to the upside. If not, if Bitcoin comes back down to the 20-week moving average, things will get a bit tense, and I don't think that move from altcoins would really come. But I would keep an open mind. Anyway, that's all for today, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye bye.